Maybe I'll start from the beginning, how I got into it. It's all kind of a quick elevator chronological story. I started racing when I was 17. And 16 or 17, my late uncle was like, hey, let's go to race car school. He didn't have any kids. I have 2 cousins, and each of us got to do something special with him. And I went to race car school with him and went to Road America in Wisconsin and did Skip Barber racing program. And it was just, I was a natural. And I've always been a motorhead prior to that, tinkering with cars, all of that. But I never thought, oh, I'll be a race car driver someday. And we started racing in 1983 Rabbit, and that taught us how to work on cars. It was broken more than it was driving on the track, and we got really good at fixing it. And then I think we just hit a point where we're like, God, we're tired of this. Let's build our own car and not fix someone else's problems. And so we bought a 94 Golf and had a lot of success. Won a lot of races, set a lot of track records, and won some divisional and national championships with that car. And that drew the attention of some different people at that time, and that's what led us into getting this particular car. At the same time, Volkswagen of America had a tryout for what they called the TDI Cup. So it was an all Jetta TDI race series that they put on with Sports Car Club of America Pro Racing, and you had to be under 26 to qualify for it. And so I think there were a few thousand applicants. I submitted a video, an audition video. I got chosen to try out at Firebird Raceway in Phoenix, Arizona. And I was chosen as one of their alternate drivers. I was one of 40 drivers. They had 35 drivers in the series, and then I was one of the alternate drivers. So if someone ran out of money, got hurt, couldn't make it to the race, they would have a full field racing every weekend. At that time, I had started working on this, and APR, a tuning company in Alabama, was racing with in a series called Grand Am. So a professional equivalent to SCCA or a competitor to SCCA. And they do a lot of endurance racing, so anywhere from 2 to 24 hours, depending on what class and series you're racing in. They were running in that series with these cars, and so they actually helped me build this car, got it ready, and then I started racing on an amateur level in this car, and again was setting track records and winning championships. And so when that happened, and then I in 2009 I got 3rd place at the Runoffs championship race. At that point, they were like, hey, you should come drive our car in Grand Am. And so I did a handful of races with them in their 2006 through 2010 GTIs, depending on what race I was in. And so I've raced with them at Road America. I've raced with them in New York at Watkins Glen, Lime Rock Park in Connecticut. I've done Mid-Ohio. It was a lot of fun. When I started racing with APR, I'd actually started a new career at QBP, where I'm currently working as a sales rep. So as an outside sales rep in the Midwest for that company. And it was challenging, right? Like living the balance of, focusing on work, the travel requirements of an outside sales representative, and growing a career, and then also the full-time job of selling yourself and finding sponsorship and really getting the financial support to go do your hobby. you can find balance doing it, but really like it's super difficult to give 80 hours a week to both jobs, right? But what people don't realize is when you're breaking into racing professionally, you as the driver have to find sponsorship or have to pay your way into the team. And so that's an enormous check that you have to write. It's tens of thousands of dollars to come and race, to arrive and race in a professional car. So that didn't last super long. It was a blast. I did okay. And then that was kind of when I was like, okay, I'm running out of money. I'm running out of steam. Let's start focusing on life. And so I raced this a couple more times and then just hung it up for a while. But I'm back.